Today, we are going to be talking about the upcoming Christmas parade. Your shift is going to be Friday, December 3rd from 3:30 to 10 p.m. Let me get my annotate ready. So we're going to talk about this a little bit later, but it's really important that you are here on time, allowing plenty of time for traffic and parking. That way you can arrive by 3:30 at the latest and receive your instructions. So we're just going to go over some information that is important if you are working at the Christmas parade. Okay, so what to wear. You want to wear comfortable shoes that you can walk in, even consider bringing maybe another pair of socks because it's going to be pretty cold. You should wear a city shirt or polo. You'll also be given a reflective safety vest. You should wear comfortable pants because it will be cold. I do not encourage you to wear shorts, but it is up to you. And you should wear a city jacket and or hoodie, which leads us into the next section, what to bring. I encourage you to bring layers of jackets because it will be cold. We are, for the staging section, if you're working in staging, you're going to be right by a creek bed. It's very, very cold over there due to the wind. So bring layers. I cannot emphasize that enough. You also could bring or wear a beanie or maybe like a Santa hat, just something to keep your head and your ears warm. Also, I'm going to bring gloves and hand warmers. I encourage you to do the same. Chapstick, lip balm. Also, bring your fanny pack. That way, if there is an emergency, you will be equipped to handle minor injuries and things like that. Also, you should bring water and snacks and even a meal. There is no scheduled dinner break and there are no restaurants that are easily accessible. There will be some snacks and water provided, but you should bring a meal. I would not count on having a DoorDash or Grubhub delivery just because the whole area is going to be congested with parade entries and parade goers. So please bring food and plan accordingly. And lastly, you should bring a backpack to put everything in because you will not have a place to store your items. Okay, where to park and meet. We'll be meeting at the corner of Via Montezuma and Jefferson Avenue. Here's the address, 27727 Jefferson Avenue. So you meet and park there and you'll be given instructions in that parking lot. Like I said earlier, there will be traffic and it will take some time to find parking. So plan accordingly. Aim to be there at 3 p.m. just so you know you'll have enough time for traffic and parking. There will be snacks and water, but you should again bring your own. And you'll be assigned your duties at the start of the shift. So be there promptly so you know what you are doing. And lastly, the parade starts at 7 p.m. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen there. So next up, most of you are going to be working in the staging section. So if you're not scheduled for staging, you'll be given information for your duties on the day of the event. But if you are working staging, here's what you're going to need to know. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Bear with me 1 minute, please. Oops. Okay, there we go. So all staff are going to be given a lanyard that's going to have the entries for staging that they are responsible for. So for example, entry number two is Temecula Sheriff Station. Amaryllis is a staff member who's going to have them. And there's for the size, let's say there's some cars and motorcycles. And you'll be given that list. So you'll know who you're responsible for. It looks like Amaryllis would have 3 entries. She's responsible for getting them into their correct spot. So now I'm going to show you what that looks like. Bear with me 1 more minute. Just going to share my screen again. Okay, so all parade entries were assigned a number when they registered to be in the parade. So in the staging section, you're going to see all different, you're going to see these cones with numbers on them. They're going to be spread out along the whole parade route, the whole staging area. And so this is what you'll kind of see. This is just an example here. You can see number 1, 2. Beyond that, let me get my annotate. You might have number 3 back here somewhere. So Your entry may come up to you, or maybe just a random person, and they're like, hey, I'm with the Temecula Glitch Cheer. What number am I? And you'll have a list of all the different entries. So you can let them know, oh, you're number 1. Okay, head all the way up, keep walking. Or, oh, you're number 50. You're going to be back here by me. So that way you can help direct them. But when your actual entries arrive, you are going to have them drive up. They're going to be typically coming from heading south on Del Rio. And they're going to be heading west on some of the other side streets I'll show you guys. You're going to have them drive up all the way up to their cone. Let's say we're working on that sheriff entry number 2, all the way up to the front of their cone. The reason we want them to come all the way up is because there's going to be other entries likely in front of them unless they're number 1. So you want to have them pull all the way up, whether it's their first walker, or maybe they have motorcycles or cars, whatever, bicycles, they need to pull all the way up. And you want to have them pull also as far to the right as possible. So that way we can keep Del Rio heading south. We're going to keep this whole section clear. Make that a little bit nicer for you. We want to keep this whole section clear, this whole side of the street clear, so that emergency vehicles and pedestrians can get through. If you have walkers or people on like bicycles, they're also welcome to hang out in the dirt lots here on the side. As long as they know right around 6:40, 6:45, they need to start getting their people ready, getting organized, and getting everybody in position so the parade can start promptly at 7. So prior to 7, usually around, like I said, 6:40 to 6:45, they need to get everybody up into position, pulled all the way up to the front of their to their cone, and get ready for instructions. Also, you will have a supervisor. And so if you are finding that you're having a hard time fitting your entries in their little designated cone spot, radio for a supervisor. They will pull up on a golf cart and be able to help you kind of figure out this puzzle piece. Do want to note the golf carts are for city staff members only. No volunteers, no patrons, no members of the public, even if they're handicapped, even if there's an emergency. If there's an emergency, get a supervisor or call 911. And so now what I'm going to do is show you the actual parade route. Share my screen here. Okay. And let me get my annotate. Perfect. Okay, so staging is going to be on these streets here. So this is Del Rio. There's also going to be some staging on Calle Cortez, Haciendas, and Montezuma. So when your entries are coming in, they're typically going to be coming in from maybe this corner over here. There may be a few coming in off Jefferson side here. So just kind of be on the lookout. And like I said, people are going to ask you, oh, I'm number so-and-so, or I'm with the Boy Scouts. What number am I? Just try your best to give them information. If they're looking for restrooms, there are, as you can see, those blue porta potties all around. Those are restrooms. There's tons of them. And let's see if there's anything else I'm missing out on here. I think, let's see here, interested. Oh, you might be given some waivers, like pieces of paper. So if they give you waivers, just collect them and give them to a supervisor for the end of the night. Or as you see a supervisor, we'll collect them. And if you guys have any questions or anything about the parade, just let us know. It's going to be a cold night, but overall really great to be back out there doing a signature event. So just let us know if you guys have any questions. We'll see you there. Bye.